Hello, I'm Azaikyousuke. Welcome back to VenusBlood Frontier. So, this is just like last week when I recorded through 2 of the videos for VenusBlood Frontier. This is actually a Sunday, so you guys on YouTube won't notice this, of course, as usual. But I explained on Patreon, but 2 days ago, well, actually the leak on my roof has actually been going for about a week or so. But 2 days ago, we hired some workers to fix the leak. It was a 2-day job, so after I went home from the gym, they were still like hammering through everything, and it was just non-stop of hammer sounds. You guys have no idea how loud it is. Ridiculous. But yeah, good thing I had some noise-canceling headphones and whatnot, so I wasn't like totally crazy, because it was super loud. And thankfully, we didn't get any rain during the time the workers were here, so I think I was pretty lucky there. If it was raining, wow, with like the big hole that was on my roof before they were actually doing any work, I think it's safe to say that it was gonna flood downstairs. But yeah, it was a 2-day job because they had to put up like the outer, or you know, they had to fix out the outer part first on the first day, and then on the second day they actually fixed up the inner part. But yeah, thank God they were pretty quick though. I heard that for other workers, the typical time it would take is maybe 4 to 5 days. So the fact that they did it in 2 days is pretty amazing. And the next day I actually had to go buy some new clothes with my sister because we're getting close to Chinese New Year. If you guys don't know when Chinese New Year is, it's on the 10th of February. So about next week, sir. Next week? Yeah, pretty much next week. So lots of people are gonna be having a lot of holiday time here in Indonesia. My friend is gonna have holiday since Thursday, I believe, till Sunday, or sorry, yeah, Sunday. So he's gonna go again or go to work again on Monday. But the thing is, on the 14th, we're actually gonna have our election day. So yeah, he might actually not even need to go to work on Monday. But yeah, the reason why I couldn't also record yesterday was after the whole shopping thing. Like, the shopping thing didn't really took too long, but my sister really likes shopping. So if you guys have ever gone shopping with a friend or any one of your family that is after you're done shopping, buying the stuff that you need, they would always spend an extra 2-3 hours, 4 hours just walking around looking at random shit, which they might not necessarily even buy, but they still enjoy the experience. That's my sister. And I gotta say, I feel sorry for her kids because they also got dragged into it. But yeah, I'm used to it though. So, it is what it is. And you know, after I got back home from that, we actually had to go to one of my in-laws' weddings. Sorry, wedding. It's basically my brother's wife's big brother. That's the one that's having his wedding. He's also 40 years old, I believe, so quite old. But I think that's less of an issue for males, right? But I don't know. I feel like there's never really a time when it's too late to have a wedding because he wants to settle in and whatnot. But yeah, after the usual, you know, when are you gonna get married yourself? Typical Chinese meeting or Chinese gatherings. I'm like, not ready for it. I don't think they think that I'm gay or anything, but I'm just not very normal when it comes to like the average Chinese youth, you know? Well, I can't really say I'm a youth anymore at this point. I'm a young adult. But yeah, let's talk about the last episode recap since it has been a week since I last did this. But on the last episode, we basically did so much story once again that I wasn't able to do a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of gameplay or any of the corruption for Odin. I think I did Thor's corruption, but I didn't do Odin's corruption. But yeah, let's do the last episode recap. We saw Surt becoming our mom, or at least his soul or something went inside our mom, and her body or her vessel is corrupted. I think I compared this to how there was this girl in Coglioso, or in Grand Blue Fantasy, or I guess not a girl, a guy who died and then put himself inside a body of a little girl called Cogliostro. I have a firm belief, that we're gonna have an H scene with Surt in Sinmara's body at some point, and it is gonna be weird. It is gonna be weird. But it is what it is. And yeah, also, Ymir died protecting us. So we had to... Yeah, we had to somewhat take revenge for him because Loki felt responsible and whatnot. Well, in the demoness way as possible, right? And we basically just got through 3 of the girls that were defending Surt because they were sort of forced to. So the typical Hel, Fenrir, and Yorm again. And this is right after that. So we should be nearing Chapter 7's, like, finale. But I think that's a bit fast, right? We only did like 3 matches or something. Or we took over 3 areas and that was it. Maybe this part will actually open up Surt's domination on Valhalla. We'll see. As the final battle approached, all the main players were brought together. And you guys can probably hear it in my voice too. I actually woke up not too long ago. Just took a shower, washed my face, and that's it. I haven't even ate some food yet. I already woke up at 3 a.m. as per usual, and ate some food then. But right now it's 9 a.m., which is my usual waking up at you know, second time waking up. Usually I wake at 8 though, which I think I did wake up at 8. I guess I was just lounging around watching YouTube videos before I started this. The auditorium was still floating above Valhalla. If Surt wanted Loki's key, they would have to make all possible preparations before taking her on. I don't think Surt wanted Loki's key anymore. Failure was not an option. If Yggdrasil fell, they had no way to recover. Surt had become a bigger problem than the differences between goddesses and demons, something that couldn't be allowed to exist. Are you feeling better? Loki eyed the formerly imprisoned goddesses. Turka, Freya, and Odin received ideal care from Rigrid and recovered properly. But given their frailty when they were rescued, Loki feared they might be pushing themselves. Oh yeah, when we were rescuing Turka on the last episode, it was very heavily implied on the romance between Turka and Loki. I actually do not like that. At least after what I have done in the current playthrough, right? The current Dark Goddess playthrough where we're just trying to dominate all of the goddesses. It feels like my choices were made insignificant, or it doesn't even make me feel like my choices matter at all. Oh, sorry about that. I think you guys heard that. Kinda hit my phone. Sorry about that, Odin. Odin's comment made everyone tense. All eyes turned to Loki. He picked up the key around his neck. The heart of Yggdrasil. But if this treasure falls into Surt's hands, the continent will fall. It's a double-edged sword. It could destroy the continent according to legends, as it turned out. Now that Surt's objective was clear, her intent in obtaining the key was easy to assume. But I thought that he didn't need the key to actually make Yggdrasil go down. Didn't we establish this like a couple episodes back? He didn't need the key. This is weird. Am I misremembering? I could have sworn Surt doesn't even care about the key anymore. Yes, so when I do choose to activate it, I have to be sure that I'll win. I was also wondering why Loki wasn't being Vedrung throughout the whole fight with Hel, you know, the Demon Sisters. It won't be that simple. Loki shook his head. Surt's use of the captured goddesses to gather divine energy was admittedly intriguing information. If Odin regained a bit more of her memory, maybe it would serve as some sort of hint, but... Remember something? Loki couldn't help but lean in. Meanwhile, Odin looks somewhat uncertain. Tell me what you came up with. I'll decide whether it's worth something. When Loki nodded, Odin seemed to search for the right words as she ploddingly spoke. And that's run dry, you're saying. That's why she was using goddesses to collect divine energy. Odin solemnly nodded. Meaning that for Surt to use her transcendent power, she needs an energy source in the form of that coffin. Loki jumped straight to that conclusion. Odin agreed. She called it a theory, but it all stood to reason. Surt's power seemed limitless, but if it had a catalyst, then that changed everything. As long as the catalyst, the karmic casket, was taken care of, then they had an opening. If they could either destroy or shut down that dark gear, Surt's power would be cut in half. Odin's hypothesis contained that possibility. Typo? Wow, another typo right off the bat. If. But when Ymir destroyed Surt's original body, it threw off the plan, eh? So I guess what they're trying to establish here now is that what he was doing before the end of chapter 6 was all just a bluff. When he died, it wasn't really planned that he would die there first. Okay. Of course, this all amounted to a theory. They could have been wrong about everything as far as they knew. But unless they found hope elsewhere, trying to negate the coffin's power was all they could bet on. The stage for the final showdown would have to be in the stage stage hall modeled after the audience room. Ooh, that was a weird way to say that sentence. First of all, how do we make Surt's guards retreat so we can invade the auditorium?
飛行部隊の運用が重要になってきますね。私のゲイルリッターの出番ね。わらわのバルハラを土足で踏みにじりおって、必ずや後悔させてやるわ、するとね。女神と手を組んで、女神の姿になったおじい様と戦うことになるとはね。さすがに予想してなかったわ。
Alright, you're here with us, Fenrir. Even their slight chance to win improved their morale. Not one of them cowered in the face of their powerful enemy. Loki was thankful for that. Alright, let's lay out a concrete plan. The auditorium will be Surt's grave. Get ready to make it happen. Everyone vigorously nodded. It would be an all-out battle. Prepared to end the long war once and for all. The time for them to come together drew near.
ロキ、いいの？シンモラは
Surt has desecrated her body. Alward eradicated.
そう。
Turka meekly smiled. The darkness in her expression didn't occur to Loki at the time. The final showdown was coming. Okay, we can't use any skill. I probably should try to use someone who can actually use a skill. What the? I'm not taking damage. Do I actually have some wall here? That's interesting. Wow, Aaron, you're not doing too much damage there. Or was that the Moo? The dots are still killing it though. Okay, good job, Aaron. Yeah, the Moo is not doing much damage. Damn, the dots are insane. Okay, we got this. Okay. Didn't... Oh! What the hell? After they said they weren't gonna use the key, you could see Vedrang actually there. That was so weird. And they just said they weren't gonna use the key too. We defeated 3 of them. There's still one more. Okay, Odin got more story. I feel like I messed up, man. Maybe what I should have done was actually just full front all the 8 scenes at the beginning and not, I don't know. You know, maybe have like an extra, like, recording session just for the 8 scenes because I feel like this is so weird. I'm the one that's actually making the pacing of the game weird because of me withholding the 8 scenes now. On the plains, 4 human soldiers did battle with Odin's 4 blades. Although it wasn't much of a fight, Odin drew a circle around her and stayed within it as she took on the humans from all directions. All her blades moved in unison, but avoided harming their opponents. It took a level of dexterity only she would have. The difference in numbers meant nothing to her overwhelming strength. It looked like a master training her students. Sorry, thought she was done. Odin finished up the training and commended the soldiers on their hard work and growth. The troops were panting, but not only was Odin not out of breath, but she didn't have a drop of sweat on her. It was to be expected, perhaps. I've been conditioning her for a while now, but I can't see any signs of change. The apparent ineffectiveness of the sex training bothered Loki. She might have been the chief god, but he had no intention of going easy. Rather, he put a fair amount of effort into it. And yet, her calm demeanor as she participated in the soldiers' training was fearsome. During the training, Odin seems to feel as much pleasure as the other goddesses. Is she faking it? In that case, he would have to corrupt Odin some other way. So Loki was thinking until... His thoughts were interrupted when someone fell to the ground. He looked to the source of the sound and saw Odin on her knees. I don't know if I've ever seen you tired. Did something happen? Loki approached Odin and put a hand on her shoulder. Just then, her whole body shuddered and jumped away from Loki, blushing as she glared back. Odin was clearly distressed. Seeing this, Loki called out to her. Well, it's kinda easy to tell that she's faking it. What's wrong, Odin? What happened to your strong-willed attitude? Loki embraced Odin from behind and slipped a hand into her clothes to gently stroke her nubile body? Nubile? I think I'm saying that correctly. They're watching, but you're so enticingly moaning for them. Just what happened? Odin blushed, then closed her eyes to endure Loki's sexual harassment. Loki seemed amused. He moved his fingers more aggressively.
やめと言っておるじゃろうが
Odin reached the limit of her patience and slashed one of her blades at Loki. The average man would be cut in half, but Loki wouldn't die for such a foolish reason. Whoa, that was close. He used his gauntlet to easily fend off her Divine Gear's attack, I assume. Typo? Damn, 3 typos already? Pretty rare for a VenusBlood Frontier to make this many typos in quick succession. Odin used the opportunity to escape his grip.
冗談にも程度というものがあるぞこの変態男が
Sorry, it just looked like you wanted me to mess with you. I couldn't help it. Loki explained annoyingly nonchalantly. Odin glowered with the highest class of scorn. It was hard to see, but the effects of the training were surely contaminating Odin's mind. Loki knew that now. It'll just take another push. Then the highest deity will be mine. He could have the highest deity as his slave. That fact made Loki grin. I think after finishing 2 of this, after finishing 2 of today's recording, I mean, I'm probably gonna make a new, well, not really an episode, but I'll probably try to do all of these 8 scenes at the end. Maybe, in fact, I'll probably do them after I'm finished with 1 episode. Yeah. I feel like I'll do this only for people on YouTube though, so sadly for you guys on YouTube, I'll most likely not be able to show you guys any of the 8 scenes, like even precursor. Since, yeah, I feel like at this point, I really want to do them just so that I can progress through them, right? And so that I don't really have to think about them at all when I do the 8 or when I do the story, basically. Because at this point, it's so weird to have like 8 scenes upon 8 scenes when there's supposed to be no 8 scenes at all. The story is way too serious right now for there to actually be any 8 scenes, right? It's ridiculous. Don't die, Arseny. Damn! Good job, Aaron. God, you guys are jobbers. That's 1 area down. Good job, Aaron. Yeah, for some reason, the first attack is actually not really damaging our people. I don't understand why. It doesn't seem like we have any barriers. Oh, I can't wait to have Nadia back. I really miss the, like, heals that we get from Nadia's, group heal. Well, at this point, I'm not really, like, bad on resources anymore. So, technically, I don't really need to care too much. It just feels like it's the more optimal play, is what I'm trying to say. Aw, fuck. We only killed 2. Okay, we should have an Odin scene here. Let's go heal up. Okay, Aaron is done. So as I said, I can switch him out with Tilly now. 44, 43, 73, 94. Jeez, Black Ball Bouncer and DD Shack. They're not being used as much anymore, sadly. Or not on my main team. They're still pretty good, most likely, for sure. It's just we haven't really seen them in action since they're on the second team. So I don't even know if they're actually all that good or not. Or maybe I need to boost up their stats or something. There we go. This should be the last corruption scene. And after this, I will most likely just get through all of these guys' 8 scenes. After I'm done with... Oh my god. Patreon.com says Azaikyousuke. Whew. Always refreshing to see the CG just shows out of nowhere without any precursor. If this is how it goes during all the 8 scenes, you guys on YouTube might not even get anything. But yeah. I kind of like this... Oh, sorry. Thought she was done there for a second. I kind of like how she's posing in this pose right now compared to her usual, like, hands being... What is it? Closed over or crossover. This is a lot more pompous, I feel. A lot cooler, too. Odin gazed at her transformed appearance. Her pure white dress was replaced by a pitch black one that revealed parts of her petite body to arouse those who saw her. Her small yet seductive appearance was unbalanced and depraved. Now you're a fine servant, deity. I expect good work from you. Odin kept pouting as she somewhat unpleasantly replied. Okay, she's the only one that actually still retains her pridefulness at this point. Odin crossed her arms and deviantly pointed at Loki. Loki picked up the whining goddess, set her in his lap and gripped her chest, armpits and slit from behind. Her more revealing clothes made her easier to fondle, but Loki avoided her more sensitive areas, focused on raising her arousal. Her body became so sensitive that simply stroking her sides or hip joints was enough to get her wet. She showed no intent to stop Loki's hands, instead spreading her legs and writhing in pleasure. Don't bark too much, Odin. Not only are your clothes enticing, But simply being caressed makes you emit a feminine odor. You don't think I corrupted you? Don't make me laugh. Loki left her clit untouched, so it was hard and twitching. He eventually pulled its hood back and lightly flicked with his fingernail. I actually kinda like it that the fact that her personality didn't become total slutty. Are you underestimating me? You better try and get on my good side. Otherwise, I'll never let you come. Odin gritted her teeth, forcing a smile that still looked frustrated. Loki could see it was only an act. Ignore what I said. Now all her 18s are gonna be boring, man. The room echoed with Odin's pathetic plea. It was one thing to ask during sex, but begging after simply being touched was likely thanks to her corruption. Fine, I'll give you a little one first. Loki held Odin's body in place, then twisted her clit and nipple simultaneously. Odin's toes curled as her back arched and she lightly orgasmed. A puddle of juices spilled to the floor as if she urinated. Odin sat in his arms and leaned against him, wildly panting. If you can be good, I'll give you loving like that, alright? Odin's brain tingled with pleasure as she listened to Loki. Her soul felt constricted by his trending voice, and she had no means to defy it. Looks like everyone's here. The next day, Loki introduced the enslaved deity to the other goddesses. There is. Come in, Odin. Turka and the other goddesses were skeptical, but when the chief god came in, they were shocked. A no text box there.
私とオーディン様の力をもってすれば、もはやユグドラシルはロキ様のもの同然ですわね。ようやくオーディン様も私と同じ服従する滅の喜びを知ったってわけか。これから面白くなりそうだな。
The leader of the goddesses has fallen into my hands. The floating continent will go down soon enough, I suppose. It already did, Loki. This doesn't make sense, man. This is why I feel like I should have corrupted all these goddesses way before I actually went into chapter 6 or chapter 7. This doesn't make any sense. Loki obtained great power, but didn't let it get to him. His thoughts already turned to the next battle. I was also contemplating whether or not to actually do the 8 scenes during this episode, by the way. But I feel like the 8 scenes past they becoming a servant deity is actually not all that interesting anymore, to be honest. So I think at this point, I'll probably just continue on with the episode and I'll do all of the 8 scenes like separately after the episode is done. Heck, I probably won't even be voice acting it pretty much. Because there's no way my voice will be able to like be able to do all of these successively. And I really want to get the 8 scenes like over with before I do the next episode or, you know, the next recording session. Since I feel like there should be a story that made me, or there should be something that happens when I do get the goddesses into Dark Goddesses, right? Like I said, it feels like I haven't really been doing much with the choices that I've made so far. So it feels kind of weird. Let me take a look at the... Nope. One more. It seems I can make that ice golem one. But let me destroy these guys real quick. Yeah, see, Spartan is actually not taking damage along with Arseny. Oh, what the? Okay, they did. But the first one, they actually didn't, right? At least that's what it looks like. Awesome. even get a music for herself too. Of course this happens. Don't die. Okay, that didn't do too much. Oh my god. I thought she didn't have all attack. I thought she got cross attack. Oh my god, we're not doing damage. Oh my god! I think we're dead. I should have... I saved the game, right? I think I saved the game. Guys? Oh my god, she's just destroying everyone. She's just destroying everyone. I basically don't need people that actually do, Wow, she's actually dead. After all 7. Okay, I saved. I don't need people that have 2 people that can use skills. I'm gonna use Regret's Barrier for sure. He's gonna use the Sori's Second Bell. Absolute Cure for 1 turn. Confers Slay God type. Increase all status parameters by 35%. Revive to all. Erect Barrier. Huge. Increase allies' defense. Or maybe Slay Motsigurd. I don't need the revive, but I do want the barrier. Erect barrier around all allies extreme. Wow, this is way better than Yallarhorn. Okay, guess I know which one I'm using. Wow! 600 attack! That's how much she got damage. Oh my god, no! What the hell? Black Belt Bouncer is literally killing himself. Okay, the dots are killing her, thank god. Whew. Can we heal? Is there any heal here? Heal allies, absolute cure, increase allies attacks, okay. The dots are actually what's killing Black Belt Bouncer. Wow, the parry is insane. Regret is actually insane. Black Belt Bouncer, you're literally killing yourself. Get fucked by dots! That's what I'm talking about. Wow, that didn't kill anyone. Come on, guys. Do something. Do something, guys. Wowza! These guys are strong. Okay, thank you. That's the last one, though. Okay, doesn't look like Sinmara is anywhere else, so we can use our old team back. Odin is so good, freaking heck. Nadia is also pretty damn good, man. So many fields that she has. Lightning field. And then she has an equipment, or not an equipment, I guess I gave her a medallion that gave her a lightning field, the second one. That is so good. Let's see, what else should we do here? I could probably put in Odin somewhere else. Who's like a weak unit. I guess this guy is not that strong. He already has 100 loyalty too. $47, 96. Come on, guys. Okay, Oni girl is happy. You're not happy yet. I can make you. Alright, it's been a while since we actually made someone. So let's actually make someone. Welcome to the team, Joe. I think Joe's a name of a guy, but you're gonna be a female. Sorry, Joe. Pierce attack lightning field, so I probably want to increase her dots here. Or probably give her some form of like helmet. Oh, she already half helmet split. Some form of like critical, like lethal attack or lethal critical, I mean. Ooh, lightning field. Okay, lightning field is good, but that's only 8. Lethal critical 30. Hero medallion. I could try to see what this gives. Legendary. Added attack. Dual wielding. Oh, it reduces your defense to 0. So she's gonna be a glass cannon with this. I think I'd rather have lethal critical. Hopefully I'll give her an equipment that gives her critical boost here. There we go. Welcome to the team, Joe. Where is she? Okay, you use a two-handed weapon. Range attack, parry, critical boost, lethal critical. Material 5, helmet split, lethal critical. Cursed attack, I can't make that. I guess this is good enough for you right now. As for armor, strat barrier, helmet split, hardy physique. Sure. We need a... Yeah, we need a defender here. For the last team. Well, it's not the last team, but you know. These guys should be dead pretty easily. I'm gonna go kill these ones. Let's go. Should be able to kill these guys. There's lots of dragons though. Okay, they ambushed us. That's not good. Okay, we attack first though. One of them dead. Yeah, I just took a look. Their backline is kind of wimpy. Only their front line is actually strong. Yeah, look at that. Still get destroyed even by the dots. Don't die, Tilly. Oh my god. Okay, H, you're actually doing great work now. Holy shit. I guess I was underutilizing H before, because right now he's actually an insane guy. This barbarian, I mean. I wasn't really giving him equipment. The one that I'm destroying him. It's kind of sad that we can't really one-turn these guys anymore because they're just so tanky. I'm trying to get all of the territories in one turn, I mean. Not like destroying these guys. What the fuck? 5,000. Not like destroying these guys in one turn. It's still pretty easy to destroy these guys in one turn. But yeah. We're not taking damage, if you can see, but we're not dealing enough damage. We really need way more attacks. Even though I feel like we're actually doing a lot of damage, man. Fuck, the Earth Dragon is so tanky. Only destroyed 2. God. Wait, did we destroy 3? I guess we destroyed 3. I miscounted. Okay, everyone can just rest up. Your loyalty 100, so I can change up Arseny with someone else here. That's not 100 yet. I guess I can change Viking Guard with Spartan so that I can get his loyalty fast. Up fast, I mean. Let's see. J-Fish? Maybe I should put you, J-Fish. This guy doesn't have forward... Okay, he does. I was gonna say, he doesn't have forward guard. This team is severely weak, though, without Spartan for sure. But it is what it is. We're gonna have to make do. We want to get the loyalty up for sure. Okay, no ambush, no nothing. Good job, J-Fish. I thought J-Fish would do more than 2 attacks, but... Huh. Since he's supposed to have white attack, I believe. Alright, he actually attacks. The Viking Guard attacks. Kinda weird to see a guard attacking. Good job, H. Okay, good damage. That wasn't even a lethal critical, and that was like insane damage. Damn evasion. But you can't evade dots, though. Jeez, the Viking Guard. Goodbye. Nice. Can we destroy this in one turn? Don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. We only got one more after this. God damn it, so close. If we have an 8 team, we could have done that. All right, sir. Is this really it? I feel like we're actually gonna have to fight Cert again after this, so I'm gonna change my team into, like, you know, powerful units here. I'm kind of afraid. Sorry, not Cert, my bad. What's his name? Give me a sec while I try to think of his name. Sinmara, her name. Okay, let's just demolish this guy. Or these guys. Don't think I need to use a skill. You guys are easily defeatable. Yep, Black Ball Bouncer is still pretty good. Well, I say pretty good, but lethal critical, but only 600 damage? I think he was doing like thousands of damage before. What the? That was 700 damage without a critical. Like, H is actually outpacing Black Ball Bouncer's damage now. That's actually stupid. Okay. The final showdown reached a ferocious peak. Surt's entire troop was mobilized to oppose Loki's invasion. They resonated with Surt's ideals and stood among the Demon Realm's most powerful fighters. I guess I didn't need to correct myself, he was still called Surt. He's just in Sinmara's body. Their skills were very easy to see. Hell's Orchestra, a directable and obstructive sound wave, prevented them from casting spells. Bloody Marionette, foot soldiers who used golem technology, fought to the death and trampled the battlefield. The former was countered by Rigret's Yallarhorn, and the latter by Thor's Mjolnir, but the casualty count only went up. Even when they got past the enemy's defenses, the auditorium itself was turned into a fortress. Any standard strategy would find the feat of reaching the airship alone to be a Herculean task. Ymir had stirred things up last time. Thinking back on that now, it was relatively easy. The auditorium's cannons blew their frontmost platoons to smithereens. Showered in debris, Loki bit his lip. This feels like a climax, dude. I have no idea what the hell Chapter 8 is gonna be if this is not the climax. Deal with it! Just a little longer, I think. Loki encouraged his troops to push back against the enemy and swung his halberd. Meanwhile, in the temple at the peak of Valhalla stood its real leader, Odin. She was left in charge of a separate unit that took on Surt's soldiers stationed in the temple. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that Odin always talks slow. At Freya's command, the soldiers behind her fired a barrage of arrows. While the foe was intimidated, Odin rushed down the hall. Deep in the temple where the orb was preserved, Odin entered the room alone. She deployed her 4 blades and swiftly took out all the troops on the floor. The stand in the center held what Odin sought. She sighed with relief. Upon the stand shone a glowing orb. It was an amplifier meant to enhance and sustain Gungnir's power. In the previous battle, it was thought to be destroyed by Loki, but the core remained intact enough for it to regenerate. Although not in a perfect state, it would be of great help to Odin. No wonder it was regenerating so slowly. Odin clicked her tongue. But this magic circle supported the theory that Surt's divine energy was lacking. Her assumption from the last strategy meeting didn't seem to be far off the mark. Enough evidence had been found that Surt's clever trick could be guessed with some certainty. Odin haphazardly dispelled the magic circle around the orb. Odin regained her control over the orb and made its divine energy her own. Only in Odin's hands did the orb show its true worth as a power source. Odin closed her eyes and used her psychic abilities to look over the battlefield. Her target was the Dark Lord's base, the auditorium. Gungnir materialized in the sky, charged with all the highest deity's power before it began its attack.
グングニルを使っている間わらわはここを動ける。頼んだぞ若ども。
This CG looks way cooler than her original CG. Here it is! A flash brighter than the sun illuminated the battlefield. The side of the auditorium took a fierce blow from the flying spear, silencing its cannons. Loki couldn't help but shout for joy. Gungnir went on to incinerate the foot soldiers with outright fury. Of course, the enemy camp panicked. If they wanted to attack the auditorium, now was the time. Loki assured himself of that right around when Turka and the Gale Ridders moved out.
Loki, notte!
Alright. He grabbed Turka's arm and dangled in the sky. I feel like this is such a overused strategy lately. Us just grabbing over with Turka and then flying around. One of the Pegasi, I swear it's Pegasi and not Pegasuses, next to them also carried Fina. After Gungnir's fire and lightning quieted the planes, they flew straight to the auditorium.
皆さん、ロキさんたちに続きましょう。この勢いで地上の敵軍を蹴散らして劇場になだれ込みます。案外威勢のいいこと言うじゃない。私もオーディ様に負けてらんないよ。うなれ、ミョルニル、増票どもをなぎ払え。
Gungnir arrived just in time to restore their morale. As Rigid and Thor's troops drove back the enemy, Loki looked down at them with a sigh of relief. That's the first step taken care of, but the real fight starts now. Loki drew near the imposing auditorium and became tense once more. The group landed on the auditorium's outer rim. They expected to be greeted by guards, but surprisingly, there was nobody to be seen. Maybe they were so afraid of Gungnir that they withdrew inside. In that case, reaching the stage where Surt awaited would require a violent struggle.
ロキ様、どうなさいますか。後続の到着を待ちますか。
Either way, we'll have to secure a place for them to enter from. Fina, Turka, come with me.
かしこまりました。わかったわ、ロキ。
Loki brought them with on the search for an entrance. Okay. Took a while for me to actually try to say that sentence. The auditorium was an airship, but far larger than the average castle, and with a more complex layout. If they didn't want to run into any traps or ambushes, getting lost had to be avoided at all costs.
前回来た時は案内人がいたのよね。
Minia, but this time, it looks like we'll have to find a way ourselves. Minia still hadn't left Surt's side, evidently. Surt's true objectives seemed to have some impact on her, but changing her way of life must not have been easy. If possible, he wanted to avoid any needless conflict, but...
ロキ様。
What, you guys didn't memorize how to get to the freaking, hall? Fina opened her umbrella and defended Loki from the front. He heard the interference of dark energy and a crossbow arrow being deflected. If Fina hadn't swiftly reacted, it would have hit Loki right between the eyes.
狙撃？どこから？
Over there! Speak of the devil! Loki pointed to Minia. She knew her sniping attempt had failed and slowly stood up. Around her stood specially modified golems.
よく防ぎましたね、フェン。余計な真似を。姉さん、やめてください。私たちが戦う理由なんてないじゃないですか。
Minia was about to unleash the golems when Fina somberly pleaded. She wanted to make peace with her sister. Misfortune destroyed the bonds between them, but if she could, she wanted to mend that damage. Minia knew how her sister felt, but remained utterly obstinate.
フェン、あなたは何も分かっていませんね。こんなところまで乗り込んで、本当に魔王陛下に勝てると思っているんですか？ロキ様は勝ちます。私はそのためのお手伝いを。それが愚かだというのです。魔王 陛下のお力はもう十分思い知ったはずだというのに。
Minya hysterically screeched and sent out the golems. Loki and Turka stood to either side to take them on. Minya is being driven by her fear of Surt.
どうするの、ロキ？
Why is that a question mark? Why isn't that like just an exclamation mark? That's weird. There's only one thing to do. We need to buy a little more time for Fina.
ロキ様。
You still have some attachment to her, don't you? Persuade your stubborn sister so we can avoid this needless fight. Fina looks shocked. In the past, Loki wouldn't have thought twice about trying to kill Minya. I still don't really think we should let her live, to be honest, but okay. And yet he was giving Fina time to convince her. Her story about their history had suddenly changed his mind. What happened to my choice? I thought I made Loki into some sort of evil, manipulative guy. But this doesn't feel like it. Fuck!
ロキ様、ありがとうございます。必ず姉さんを説得をしてみせます。
Fina faced her sister again. Meanwhile, Loki worked with Turka to fend off the golems.
説得？それはこっちのセリフです。フェーナ、あなたこそそんな出来損ないに使えるのをやめて私と来るのです。そのものからユグドラシルの心臓を奪って持ってきなさい。そうすれば私から魔王陛下に取り出してあげます。何を言うんですか。そんなことできるはずありません。
Fina looked critically at her sister. The form it took aside, the caring words that came from Minya's mouth made her happy. But more than that, her insults toward Loki filled Fina with rage.
私と来れば新世界を生きられる。親族にも魔族にも敵はない選ばれし者になれるのですよ。どうしてその素晴らしさがわからないんですか。もう勝負はついています。私はあなたを大事に思うから誘ってあげてるのに。真の魔族になりたくないんですか。姉さん。
Surt's ideals clouded Minya's judgment. She only saw the side of it that served her best, seizing the thing for herself. A true demon, that is what Surt embodied as the ultimate transcendent being. Her power surpassed the limits of reliance on human faith or fear. The new demons would be able to exist with their own power alone. To escape the cycle of history, that was Surt's route to destruction and restoration. The troop who followed Surt were promised the right to ascend into new beings, resonating with those ideals. However,
本当にそれがメニア姉さんの願いなんですか。
Fina's question shut Minya up.
確かに真の魔族というのは優れた種族なのかもしれないわ。でもスルタはそれ以外の全てを滅ぼそうとしているのよ。
Yeah, I can't believe they actually, like, buy into his crap. Are you serious? If Yggdrasil fell, mankind would perish. If mankind perished, the old gods and demons would gradually die out. Eliminating everything and ruling the world left over afterward was Surt's idea. But if some sort of new demons occupied the world, they would ultimately fight amongst themselves, presumably. If they wanted to prove their superiority, actually having descendants that survive a generation or two would be better. If you ask Loki, any ideas about destroying the existing world were only for a bored Dark Lord's self-satisfaction. I'd say the fact that it's Surt's offering up these ideals is suspicious enough already. If she doesn't need something, she'll get rid of it whenever possible.
黙りなさい。この劇場は新世界の箱舟。反撃者の遠吠えなど聞く耳持ちません。姉さん、そんなに世界が憎いんですか。自分を虐げた世界へ復讐でもするつもりですか。そんなことをしても虚しいだけじゃないですか。お願いです姉さん。いつまでも過去に縛られないで私と一緒に来てください。
Fina sincerely pleaded. Her sister's march toward destruction was too sad to watch. If Minya wanted to be happy, there had to be another way. Fina felt for her sister as she went on. Her serious expression made Minia momentarily hesitate. However, their many years of separation make Minia stubborn. She didn't even wipe the streaming tears from her face as she commanded the golems that surrounded Loki's group. Loki noticed an accelerating energy reading from inside the golems and looked astounded. It can't be! You're making them self-destruct! Man, this is way too shonen for me to actually, like, care, dude. It worked in Aokana, but it doesn't work here because I really wanted Loki to be an evil, like, corrupt dictator. It's hopeless. Give up, Fina. Turka spread her wings and grabbed Loki's arm. She yanked on his arm as he tried to seize Fina. But she unexpectedly left Loki and began to approach Minia. Get back here, Fina! The golem's engine approached their limit. Their surface plating turned red hot, and the explosions were forewarned by flashes of electricity. Under the extreme circumstances, so I can only see two possible outcomes to this scene. Either Minia actually stopped the self-destruct, or Fina is gonna die here. Let's see. I actually would like it more if Fina actually died. But is the game gonna be, like, brave enough to do that? To kill, you know, one of the main heroine. Fina opened her umbrella and raised it over her head. Centered around Fina, a hemispheric barrier covered the area. But no matter how excellent Vanaheim's defenses were, it couldn't block all the explosions. Rather, she contained all the golems inside the barrier with her. She meant to compact the explosions. Is she really doing this? Using the barrier to seal off the explosions? Fina looked over her shoulder. Her smile hurt Loki's heart. Fina! Loki couldn't hear her, but from the movement of her lips, he knew what she said. Fina was going to block the explosions by sacrificing herself. Her strife with and anger toward her sister were surpassed by her simple sense of duty in serving Loki. And to protect him, she poured all her dark energy into Vanaheim. Kinda weak scream there, Minia. Minia also noticed her intentions. She was trying to kill her with Loki in the first place, but came racing over. Minia's actions contradicted each other, but she was too frenzied to notice. The self-destruction was past the limit where it could be stopped. Each moment felt stretched out by several times. Minia opened Vanaheim's counterpart, Niflheim. Niflheim? I think it's Niflheim. Turka took Loki as far away as possible. And then, the burst of light blinded the area. The booming sound and shaking impact followed. Loki shouted Fina's name as he felt his consciousness fade. Ugh! Ugh! Loki felt a dull pain as he awakened. He tried to take a breath, but coughed. Then he wiped the tears from his eyes and groggily got up. His body seemed to be intact. There was throbbing pain in places, but the worst of it would have been a fractured rib. Some simple healing magic could fix it. Loki held his palms against the painful areas and looked around. Turka, are you alright? Loki helped Turka up. She didn't have any noticeable injuries. The explosion blasted them away, but Turka's wings helped them decelerate. If she hadn't grabbed his arm, Loki would have suffered fatal damage. As if she just remembered what happened, Turka turned pale. Loki expected the worst. Given what happened, it was hard to believe she'd be safe. If she hadn't used Vanaheim to suppress the explosions, Loki and Turka might have been blown to smithereens. Loki looked ahead and saw a crater 20 meters wide. Smoke still billowed from the remains of the destruction. The dark energy engines loaded into golems all self-destructed in unison, and those explosions were condensed to create this tragedy. Fina would have been in the middle of it all, but there wasn't even a corpse to be found. Damn it! Loki impulsively punched the floor. This all happened because I was naive. It's my fault. He couldn't be regretful enough. Loki blamed himself and cursed his own incompetence. His sympathy for the sister's plight led to this. Had Loki pushed his feelings aside and responded boldly to this threat, Fina wouldn't be dead. But he didn't. When did he get so overconfident that he began to show empathy? When did his priorities get so out of order? Damn it! Damn it all! He repeatedly hammered his fist. Skin tore and blood oozed. But Loki didn't stop letting out his anger. I really hope they don't just magically make Fina and Minia alive at this point. That would really break the scene. Turka leaned over Loki and gave him a hug. Her hands clasped his fists and carried it to her chest. Loki kept panting, but he let her have her way. Turka. Sorry. His fraught heart calmed down just a bit. Loki pulled himself away from Turka and turned around. That was partially to look away from the crater where Fina perished. Right. There's no time for tears. I almost forgot where my priorities lie again. Turka anxiously stared at Loki's back. He was overexerting himself. By disregarding his sorrow over Fina's death, he strived to play out this role. If at all possible, she wanted to give him enough time to mourn. But the pressure was on, and inarguably so. Look, Turka. Thor and Rigret are about to get on the auditorium. Turka looked outside. The battle on the surface had moved a great deal. With the support of Odin's Gungnir, Loki's army turned the tide. Thor and Rigret left the fight on the ground to Garm and the other monsters so they could attack the auditorium. Go meet up with them. I have other things to do. Tell them that I'm dead. Calm down. I haven't given up yet. Loki put a finger to Turka's lips to silence her. I want to take full advantage of the situation, you see. That explosion was the perfect cover to claim I died. It should put Surt off guard so I can stage a surprise attack. To deceive your enemies, you must first deceive your allies. If the goddesses trusted that Loki was dead when they challenged Surt, it would be that much more believable. While Surt was dealing with them, Loki could destroy the casket. Well, it seems like a decent enough plan. Thor should only be more fired up to fight. Rigret might figure it out, but you know better than to blow my cover. You don't have to do anything special to rile them up. Just sadly announce my death. Loki factored in her acting ability when he laid out the plan. He didn't want Fina's death to simply be a sacrifice. A little extra trickery could help him use it to raise their chances at victory. As if she read Loki's mind, Turka ultimately nodded.
分かったわ。でも無理はしないで。
Right. You too. What you wanted the goddesses to do was to serve as a distraction for Surt. Not only Fina, but the goddesses might very well be lost. Regardless, I promise I'll defeat Surt. I have to make it up to Fina. Loki could say no more than that.
ねえ、もしシンモラが
Stop! What?
なんでもない。シンモラを解放するためにも頑張りましょう。
Wow! What is going on with this scene? This is so weird. What? Do my choices make zero impact? Turka! At this point in time, do we even have the, like, you know, the thought to actually think about Sinmara? We're trying to kill Surt right now. Right. I can't believe Loki just said right to that. Loki felt something was off. But what? Something about what Turka said seemed clearly wrong. It is! Before he could figure it out, Turka turned around to go meet with Thor in regret. She ran off. She's saying that Sinmara is still deep down inside of that body. But even if she is, who cares at this point? We clearly need to get rid of Surt. Now, I had to prepare my surprise attack. Loki watched Turka go, then looked back at the wreckage behind him. The explosion seemed to obliterate everything without a trace. Fina and Mina's corpses were nowhere to be found. I think this is actually where I'm gonna cut the episode. We are at the 2-hour mark. So, I actually will try to reload this game and do the 8 scenes first before we progress through this after we do the next episode. Because I will be doing the next episode after, like, taking a short break. But man, this is what I dislike about the game so far. The story has been amazing. It just feels like it's a linear progression and that my choices doesn't seem to actually affect the story. Even though I know that the choices were actually made to be... I know that the fact that the game is based on how many points you accumulated throughout the whole game, right? Throughout the whole chapter 1. I don't know if it's chapter 7 or chapter 6. I don't know when the cutting point of the route actually changes, is what I'm trying to say. So far, it seems like everything hasn't changed. So, is it gonna be in chapter 8 where everything changes based on my choices? I don't know. Because so far, I feel very insignificant. The way I play, I've been very insignificant. They should have literally just made me become a goody two-shoes at this point, because this feels weird. But yeah, I think this is gonna be where I end the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. But yeah, after this, I'll be recording the 8 scenes after I reloaded the previous save before we got to this point. But yeah, also people on YouTube, if you guys are not on Patreon just yet, do become a free member because I will be putting first episode previews of future playthroughs. And since Aokana is done, in about 2 weeks, I will be putting the first episode of whichever playthrough is going to be the next one, which I haven't choose yet. I will do so next week. See ya. Into Turka. I thought she was just a clone. First, she created the autumn goddess, then the summer, spring, and finally the winter goddess. Together, Yggdrasil's cycle of time was complete. That was their last ray of hope for restoration. I mean, I guess technically if you're a clone of someone, you are still themselves, right? Technically. Something was extracted from Sinmara's body. The rainbow-colored glow turned white in the air and condensed. It was her soul. Her memories, emotions, and experience were stripped away, leaving it like a newborn baby's. Its light was pure. The last feelings that remained lamented losing these irreplaceable things. There we go. She didn't want to forget. Wrought with that emotion, some part of her clung to her body, her vessel. The voice from the sky responded to Sinmara's wish without a sliver of compassion. However, the sky voice was replaced by one who heard out Sinmara's desires. Dark Lord Surt. He foresaw that he would one day be ravaged by age and granted Sinmara's wish in a twisted form. Which is to say, he took the goddess's body to be his vessel. Okay, so did her soul go into Turka's body or not? If not, then who the hell is inside Turka right now? Don't tell me this mud golem suddenly just grew a soul of its own. Odin saw a flicker of black flame just before Levitain appeared. The casket opened and invited Sinmara inside. Her floating body was instantly sucked into the coffin. Whoa! The hatred that rested within began to invest the empty vessel. It was the karma of those once destroyed by Surt. Anguish, loathing, hunger, vengeance. All manner of negative emotions corrupted what little remained of Sinmara's mind. Loki couldn't endure anymore. He shut out the anathema by covering his ears. He cut himself off from all information by closing his eyes. At that moment, Loki lost his sense of up and down, feeling like he was falling from high up. Ha! The world returned to normal. Loki was still standing with his halberd swung down at the casket, frozen in place. A little more dark energy could destroy the cracked karmic casket. He felt like he had a long daydream, but it actually only seemed to last a moment. And yet Loki was terribly drained. What was that?
それはこの器の記憶ですよ。棺に残されていた残留思念に、あなたは鍵を介して共鳴したのです。
Am I saying that right? I think I am, but what the? The Devil Greatsword's superior abilities seem like they would make up for the energy difference. But Vedrung did something unexpected. He slammed the blade into the casket behind him and crushed it to bits. Saegyeon lost its energy supply. Not only that, but the overflowing karma was absorbed by the halberd. Consuming all energy regardless of the element was Veronart's special ability. As such, while Loki's cognizance... I don't think that's supposed to be with a Z, but who am I to say that? And sense of self were growing hazy. Vedrung was completely unfazed. The key had turned several times, and the chance that Loki could pay the proper price and return to normal was disappearing. He was the same as Surt and Sinmara. Their personalities and potential had become intertwined, but if it helped to quell the rage inside, he would do anything. Man, I don't understand how this is not the finale of the chapter. That's what defines monsters. That's what defines people, Surt. I think that was supposed to actually be a scream when he was shouting Surt, but I can't do it, man! Vedrung's body spewed flames. Rather, his body itself became flame. His crimson will bared its fangs and rushed at Surt. Surt swung Saegyeon, but only cut the air. The fire swirled and consumed Surt, becoming a tornado that charred the hall with a heat wave. I can't do the second laugh, damn it! God damn it, Vedrung! I'm not ready! The explosive sound was Vedrung's hearty laughter. Trapped in a fury cage, Surt burned away. Possessing a mind of their own, the flames even invaded her body and incinerated her very soul. Loki's heart was likely already gone. Surt, and possibly Sinmara, had been turned to ash without the least hesitation. I actually feel like there's gotta be a choice here, right? This can't be the like common route still. I feel like Loki would not have done this if not for the choices that made me turn him into Vedrung. But what about the Dark Goddesses though? God damn it, that made me so mad that it doesn't even seem to change anything in the story. The fire on the stage was Vedrung's destructive impulse itself. It consumed and grew without end. They eventually drew near the unconscious goddesses. Burning from the heat wave, Freya desperately begged. Whether her voice reached the man who melted into the flames was unknown. But suddenly, the fire receded from the goddesses. It shrank away and leapt to the ceiling of the hall, where it easily bored a hole through the magically enhanced structure. The flames Vedrung had become leapt through the opening. Freya was so dumbfounded that all she could do was stare. Vedrung's fire spread. He burned enemy and ally alike, expanding his territory. The war had concluded, but it was still quite unclear as to how. The battlefield was incinerated by flames. Dark Lord Surt disappeared from the surface, and the goddesses were heavily injured. There were no winners, only fatalities and fatigue on both sides. It was over, but it didn't feel like it. The demons, goddesses, and humans had simply lost the energy to continue the war, so the fighting gradually died down. Odin and the other goddesses lost so much of their power that it took all they had simply to sustain Yggdrasil. With the loss of Surt, the Utgardian Empire was much the same. If all the war's conclusion gave them was this temporary peace, then maybe Surt's dismay made sense after all. But for the humans, monsters, and gods, they celebrated the newfound peace and tended to their wounds. Dark Lord Surt's defeat brought an age of confusion, so people looked for whatever they could cling to. In one such case, On the old battlefield that was now arid land, a young man woke up. It was rocks and dirt as far as the eye could see. Frigid wind carried dust beyond the horizon. When he opened his eyes, the hellish scene came back to him. The hellfire burning everyone alive, feeding on their anger and hatred to expand and spread. Thinking about it too deeply made him fear he could never return from that abyss, so he ceased that line of thought. Instead, he looked around. His eyes landed on a black dot moving in the distance. A caravan was crossing the wasteland. The line of covered wagons snaked around the boulders and basins as it slowly approached. The man watched mindlessly. It looked like they spotted him. A woman came out with some guards, but it didn't make him feel much of anything. He thought he might have met her before, but that was all.
見つけたわ。
You know who I am. The man questioned her. Her face expressed so many emotions that he couldn't pry his eyes away. She beamed at him until she slowly opened her mouth.
よく知っているわ。私はテルカ。そしてあなたは。
The man later came to the spring nation of Edda and distinguished himself as a governor who worked to support Turka. When a new war one day broke out with the Demon Realm, he served as a tactician for Yggdrasil and led them to many victories. The war deity bestowed a name upon him personally. That name was... How is that still a B, man? God damn, this game is very harsh with the grading system. And how is this not the ending of the game? I'm so confused, dude. Jeez. I got the normal ending? Wow. Here I thought I got the chaos one. So that was the normal ending. There's a chaos ending and then there's a law ending. So I already uploaded the last episode, so I think I might as well try to make a new game plus file here. But damn, I really did not expect that to be the ending. I guess I didn't even get anything from, you know, doing the Dark Goddesses thing. Maybe the Dark Goddesses would play a much bigger role in the chaos ending, but man, I can't believe I got the normal ending with all the choices that I made. How the fuck did I get the normal ending? That's pretty insane. You have cleared the normal route. Would you like to carry over your clear data and start from the beginning of the game?